Hey folks, how you all doing? So today I thought I would just show what albums I have in my collection on CD and vinyl by Australian country slash balladeer singer Slim Dusty. People in the UK who are probably 50 and over would certainly remember him from his one hit that he had in Australia, in England, sorry, Pub With No Beer, which was number 2 or number 3 hit, I believe, in 1957, A Pub With No Beer. It was also a hit, number 1 hit here in Australia. He had to wait till 1980 to collect his second number 1 hit here, which was called Duncan, which was another beer drinking song like Pub With No Beer. For those that don't know, Slim Dusty was born in 1927. His parents were travelling musicians who used to travel outback Australia in a caravan basically and stop and perform at various places. So with him growing up like that, it was probably inevitable he would end up in the music industry in one way or another. Anyway, he ended up becoming a country singer, balladeer. He was born in 1927. He died in 2003, aged 76. He received an Order of Australia medal during his lifetime and an MBE or an OBE, I can't remember, one or the other, or even both, I'm not sure. His wife was also a musician, Joy McKean, and he released 61 studio albums during his lifetime, and there were 61 compilations. At the time of his death, he had spent longer, it was in the Guinness Book of Records, he'd spent longer on any one recording label than any other artist in history at that stage. He'd spent his whole career there on Columbia Records, which, to be fair, was probably the biggest and probably only one of 2 or 3 recording labels in Australia at the time, so he really had nowhere else to go but to stay on Columbia Records. If I would describe him, I would say Slim Dusty was a cross between, say, Slim Whitman and Hank Williams. He's got that sound to him, that style. He does yodel on a few songs, which I'm not a fan of at all, but not very often. He's certainly not in the ilk of the oh woe is me type songs or the tear in my beer songs that you'd get with George Jones. I'm a huge fan of George Jones, but he's not that style of singer. Neither is he the Jim Reeves, he'll have to go type singer. He just sings songs about the land, about the people, the characters, the places he's been, funny stories, the cattle ranches, the sheep stations, the truck drivers that drive across Australia, etc., etc. He has put music to words by Australian poets, like legendary poets from the old days, Henry Lawson and Banjo Paterson, most notably the man from Snowy River, for example, but he has done quite a lot of others. So he spent his whole career in that one ilk, so you know what you're getting with a Slim Dusty album. Anyway, I'll show you the 15 I have on CD first. If you don't know much about Slim Dusty, there's a couple of good compilation albums you could get. I won't show you all the backs of all these, which I do have 2 of his very good compilations. So if you are interested, just check those out. I'll point them out when I get to them on the CD and vinyl, just to let you know which ones to get if you want to give it a go. As I said, he's not really a country singer, he's more of a balladeer, singing songs about the people, the places he's been to, etc. All his stories are generally, songs are based on true things. The names and sometimes the places have changed. Even Pub With No Beer is actually based on an actual pub that did run out of beer in the outback. So he doesn't just make up stories, they're generally about somewhere, someone or something he has heard about or seen himself or witnessed. Another thing, during his lifetime, Slim Dusty sold over 7 million records in Australia. Now that might not seem a lot in the scheme of things, with what other people have sold in the UK, major artists, or the US for example. But when you think that during his lifetime, for the most part of his lifetime, Australia's population was somewhere between 8 and 15 million people. To sell 7 million records in such a small population is absolutely incredible. Yeah, so as I said, these CDs I'm showing you are basically from the 70s and 80s, and the 60s as well. I certainly don't have anywhere near a complete collection of Slim Dusty. I'm just showing you the, you know, the 30 or 35, maybe close to 40 of his that I do have, including a couple of compilations. Now this is one of those compilations that's a very good compilation if you could find that and just want to grab that. Someone that may be interested would be Sam St. John. He likes a lot of country and folk and bluegrass, so he could possibly be big fan if he got to hear Slim Dusty. We've got this one. We're going moving on to vinyl now. I have a 6 LP Reader's Digest set. Each of these albums in this particular Reader's Digest box set have a certain theme attached to them. I'll show you these shortly. So six albums in here. Record 1 is his biggest hits at that stage. I don't know when this was released, this box set. I got no date on it, but it's quite old, so I'm thinking probably the 1970s. So the first record is his biggest hits. The second, the trucking songs. The third is about family. Fourth album is Sentimental Slim. The fifth album is with his wife Joy McKean. And the sixth album are sing-along songs. I don't have the outside cover for this. My partner Lynn did purchase this for me. We expected to get the outside cover and it didn't happen. But we do have this. Yeah. Obviously the best of Slim Dusty. There's no date on here neither. Oh yes, there is, 1984. Says it just there somewhere. Nice Reader's Digest 1984. So it's an original booklet that came with this one, which is, considering it's what, 30, it's nearly 40 years old. It's in quite good condition. So yeah, that's quite a good box set, that one. Here we have my vinyl collection of Slim Dusty. Beer drinking songs, as you can see, it's on the Columbia label. I don't really know which sort of Slim Dusty I like, as in the styles of songs that he sings. Now Wagga Wagga, live at Wagga Wagga, probably the two most famous people to come from Wagga Wagga, if you are Australian or if you're cricket fans in general, would be the War brothers, Stephen Mark War. However, there's been a lot of famous people come from that outback town over the decades, so it's quite a breeding ground for famous Australians. This one live at Tamworth. Tamworth is the Australian music capital of Australia, basically. A bit like Nashville is, you know, you get invited to play at Tamworth, then you've made it, basically. It's a double album, this one. It's on a blue Columbia label, that one. I don't know if you can really see that. Which is quite unusual. I don't really see many of the blue Australian Columbia labels. But yeah, basically if you've made it in country music in Australia, you've played at Nashville. But Tamworth, sorry. It's also where the Australian Country Music Awards are held annually, and he's won quite a lot of, I forget what they call them, golden guitars. They call them golden guitars, I think. Tamworth Music Festival. And that's obviously a compilation. That's not the one I'm talking about though. I showed you the CD one. That would be a good idea. This one's another gatefold, so I'll open that up and show you. It's just got the lyrics to the songs in that one. So yeah, sorry to bore you guys. If you're not a country music fan or a Slim Dusty fan, this probably holds no relevance to you. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But there might be some Slim Dusty country fans that would appreciate looking at this. This one has a gatefold sleeve too. It's only a single album, but it does have a gate. There's a big Mack truck. They're the big road trains that take goods across Australia and still do to this day. So this is another good compilation. I've shown you the CD compilation. This is another one. You can actually get this on CD. I did have it at one point. It marked his 50th anniversary in the music industry, which was 50th golden anniversary, number 50. Oh no, it was his 50th album released in his career. I think to that stage it wasn't his 50th anniversary. So that was his 50th album. If you want to Google any of those songs or YouTube them, whatever, they're probably just about some of the best Slim Dusty songs you'll hear, and it gives you an all-round good look and overview of what he does. Anyway guys, as I said, sorry to bore you if you're not country fan or Slim Dusty fan. Mind you would have turned off way before now if you're not interested in it. But then again, you may have wanted to hang around and learn something about a guy that you may or may not know anything about, and get the interest to purchase some of his records at some point. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care, all for now, catch you around, and I'll see you next time folks. Bye.